situations, which is very important. We still have some guys that are going to be going Division III, going to be going Division II, that are in the process of visiting and possibly signing scholarship papers down the road here in the next week or two, and I want to make sure that I help them through that process and finish it.
How many assistant openings do you have?
Here, you know, that I can't answer. I don't know how that's done here. When there's a coaching change, that'll be something that I will rely on the administration as we go through the process. I will say this, that I want to make sure that I talk to anyone in the school system here that's interested in coaching football. They'll get an opportunity to sit down with me and talk to me about coaching here. Obviously, we want to try to get as many coaches on our staff here as we can that are in the school system. I think that's really important that we hire guys in the school system that are around these guys all day. That's important. Yes, Mike?
Tom, you were at Massillon as head coach for 3 years, obviously an assistant a few years before that. But Stark County, as you know, being there, is somewhat unique. Can you capsulize your time there at Massillon in terms of what you learned and how you grew as a head coach and how you hope to improve on that experience here at Green?
Well, Mike, I think I've learned something about coaching every year. That, you know, whether it was at Paulding High School in 1981, or Massillon High School, or Akron University as a quarterback coach, coaching a guy like Charlie Fry. I mean, I've learned every place that I've been, and you never stop learning. And you make mistakes, and I'll make mistakes here, but I think I've been blessed. The good Lord has blessed me with some very unique coaching opportunities in my career, and I've learned from each opportunity, and I want to take those experiences with me to this job and make it the best situation I can for the young men here, and be able to use that in a positive way in coaching in this program with staff and with our players. But I've learned a great deal. We all make mistakes. I've made my share of mistakes over the years, and like I said, and I told Mr. Lucas and the rest of the selection committee, the interviewing committee, when I interviewed for this job, I'm not going to ride in here on a white horse and change things. That doesn't happen. I'm not going to ride in here on a white horse and wave a magic wand and we're in the state championship game. We got to do this thing together. Players, coaches, teaching staff, administration, and community. That's how you win football games. And if I learned anything that I think is really, really important in 27 years of coaching, it's that. You want to win, you got to do it together, everyone. One guy cannot do it all. It's impossible. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that I've learned, Mike, to be honest with you. Yes?
How familiar are you with the Suburban League?
Well, I had an opportunity to recruit somewhat in the Suburban League. I think it's a tremendous league with a lot of good football coaches. You know, Greg Dennison's a friend of mine at Wadsworth. That's done a great job there for a long time. He's an excellent football coach. I know that Coach Viscon at Copley is going to turn that thing around. I know they had a tough year last year, but they'll get better. Joe Vassilotti at Talmadge is an excellent coach with a great reputation, and I can go on and on. It's you know, Brian Stats at Barberton's going to do a great job there. So it's a league, I think, as far as coaches, a lot like the Federal League in Stark County. It's made up of a lot of good football coaches, and I think it's a very underrated league. I think it's had a lot of great players through the years. You look at the players that have come out of here. Ray Kent had a great career, and I helped recruit Ray. Had a great career at Ashland University. And Billy Cundiff from here is going to be he's going to be an All-American, Division II All-American by the time he gets out of Ashland University. He's had a tremendous season last year, and that's just 2 players from Green High School. And obviously, there's been many other great players come out of this league.
Tom, you just mentioned a couple of coaches from the Suburban League that, without naming names specifically, those are guys who usually go from the Suburban League to a Massillon or McKinley. You're going from Massillon to the Suburban League. Does that speak to the balancing of powers, so to speak, from the Suburban League type schools with some of the more familiar state powers?
Well, that's really hard for me to answer, Todd, having not coached in this league yet. But again, my experience in college recruiting and having observed this league from an outsider's view, I've had great respect for it. I think they play great football. And I know this, we better be prepared. I better have these guys in here prepared to play, or we're gonna take it on the chin every week from, just from people in our league. And I know our non-league schedule's tough as well, with 2 federal league schools in there. But if you're not prepared to play in the suburban league like the federal league, you're gonna take it on the chin. And I think, to be honest with you, I think Camp McKinley found that out last year in the federal league. They took it on the chin. And they probably, Brian Cross will probably tell you, they may not have been ready to play every week. So it's a great league, the suburban league, and I'm really excited about getting in it and competing with a lot of great coaches. Yes?
In the past, it's been publicized in the local press as far as your interest in returning to the college ranks as far as coaching. By taking this job, are you basically stating that you want to stay as a high school coach as a long term, or do you have any plans in the future to look at colleges?
I have, what I'm probably going to do is to be honest with you, I'm going to coach anywhere from probably 7 to 10 more years. And I can see myself being here the rest of my career. I love college football, but I love high school football too. And I told the interviewing committee during the selection process, during my interview, that I can coach either one and be happy. Football coaching is football coaching. And I've enjoyed both experiences. There's advantages and disadvantages to both. I think this is a great job. I think this is going to be one of the best jobs in Northeast Ohio. I think it is now. I think it's going to be one of the best jobs in Ohio in the next 5 to 10 years. And it's my job to make it one of the best jobs, along with our staff and our community and our players and so forth. And that's my goal. We want to make this Green High School like a Mentor, like an Avon Lake, like a Hilliard-Davidson, where we can compete for a state championship. And if I didn't think we could do that, I would not have taken this job. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. At this time, we'll wrap up the press conference. I once again would like to thank everyone for attending and being a part of this exciting new day for Green football. Thank you.